Okay. So yesterday we discussed about how to handle the static dropdown, and that we have seen different kind of scenarios. There is one more type called dynamic dropdown. What is meant by dynamic dropdown? In that dropdown, all the options are not hard coded. Those options are fetching from either database or from API. So they are getting the data from different sources. And example, I want to select a state based on the country. You have chosen the country drop down. In that country drop down, you have chosen the option called India. Based on the India, the corresponding states are going to populate in another state drop down. Let's say if you are selecting USA, based on that USA, the corresponding states are populating belong to the USA. So the options, whatever you have chosen, based on that, the corresponding options are going to populate. And okay, so for each and everything, the same options won't show. That is an example for the dynamic dropdown. Okay, so if it is dynamic dropdown, how do you select the option? See, in the yesterday's class, whenever we are working with the static dropdown, there you have used select options method. Since hello, okay, right. So there they have used select options method. In that select options, you have given different kind of options like label, text, or index or value. Like this, you have chosen it. That is static dropdown. But when it comes to like dynamic dropdown, you don't have any specific method. So as usually, you have to select the dropdown. In that dropdown, you have to select the options like normal procedure. Example, if you take this select country, if you take this select country dropdown, if you are clicking on it, see inside this dropdown, it contains a text box and it is showing some list of options under. It is showing some list of options. Okay, so the drop down which contains text box and along with the options, we will call it as a combo box. Combo box means it's a combination. So here text box and then these are all the options. Okay, so this text box which is using to enter the text, so based on this text, corresponding options are going to show in the result option. Let's say here I am giving India. So based on this India, it is showing the India result. It is showing the India in the result option. It is showing in the result option. So you are going to click on it. Okay. So here this text box they have provided for the search purpose. And in that you can select the option. That is one way. And without searching, directly you can choose the option whichever you want it. There are two different ways you can select the options. So both the options we will see here. Okay, so now first what you need to do is you need to identify this element. Right click and inspect. Now see, this drop down does not contain select tag name. It is containing some spam. Okay, so first you need to identify this drop down. You need to identify this drop down. Okay, so what is this drop down? What it contains? Okay, so I think this drop down contains This drop down contains, uh, see, it contains class, contains class. Yes, it contains only class only, or this one. This is also fine. Okay, better. Select this. This is a selection. Now, if you highlight this span, or the span is the class name, sorry, tag name, and then class is equal to so and so, and then role is equal to combo box, and then area if in label body. There are different options are there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'll try to select based on this role. Role is equal to combo box. Let us write CSS selector, dollar function. Here I'm using role is equal to combo box. Okay, perfect. Now we are going to identify this select a country drop down with this CSS select. With this CSS select. Okay. After clicking on it, after clicking on it, now you are going to identify this text box. Right click, again inspect. Okay, so here it is input. It contains class attribute and the type is equal to such, and there is something like a role is equal to text box, something it contains. Okay, so whichever it is convenient for you, you can choose it. Okay, right. So you are identifying the text box. After identifying the text box, there you are giving the some text, like let's say Ind or India or whatever you like it. So based on the characters, it is going to show the list of options in the result. So here you are going to choose it. Again, to click on this, again what you need to do, you need to identify this result option. You need to identify this result option. Okay, so here, see, right now it is showing only one option. That's why it is showing with li. Li means list. See, if it contains more than one option, it is going to show the li, different kind of lis under, because each and every option is showing with li tag. Okay, so now here you can identify based on this role. Role is equal to tree item, something like this. Okay, so you are identifying the result option and then you are clicking on it. That's it. It's a simple and straightforward. See, here you cannot use select option because it is not a static dropdown. If it is a static dropdown, it contains tag name is select. Okay, right. Have code dynamic dropdown. Right. Test dot only. Now see, first I'm trying to open the application. I'm selecting the country dropdown by using this role is equal to combo box. This is a selector. I'm using it and I'm clicking on it first. I'm clicking on this. I'm clicking on the drop down, and after clicking on drop down, then I'm entering text. I'm entering text in the search box. That means input box. Okay, there I'm giving India. There I am giving India. So once you enter India, it is showing the India option in the result option. Okay. Now see, this is the CSS selector for the result option. Okay. So once you enter this CSS, based on that, you are clicking on it because it is a result option, right? So you are clicking on it. That's it. You are clicking. So simple and straightforward. Okay. So npm run. I think what is the command? Drop down list. Drop down list. Now say it selected India. Let's say if I'm giving Japan. So now it's selected Japan. Okay. See, this dynamic drop down need not to be same always. Depends upon the requirement. The UI people will design in different way. Right now, they want the drop down with this combination. That's why we are seeing like this. The dynamic drop down, some people they will design in another way. Okay. So if the drop down contains other than select, how you need to proceed. Okay. So first you are identifying the element, click on it, and then select the options, whatever you like it. Okay. So this is with such. This is with such. Okay. So here I'm giving the program. Just try. So try from your side. Okay. So this is the best example for the a kind of like auto suggest. Right now, whenever you are giving either Japan or India or whatever, right now it is showing only one option in the result. Suppose if it contains more than one option. Example, if you take Google, here I'm giving Playwright. Here I'm giving Playwright. Once you enter this Playwright, for this Playwright, it is showing the list of options. In that list of options, I want to select any one of the options. So first, what will you do? You are identifying this text box, you are entering. Then you need to identify this result option. You need to identify this result option. All in that result option, you need to select whichever you like it. Because in this result option, it contains more than one option. Okay. So in that you can select whatever you like it. Okay. So take it as an exercise for the auto suggest kind of scenario. This is auto suggest. You are entering few characters. Based on this few characters, it is going to show some list of options. In that you need to choose any one of the option. Okay. So take it as exercise and we will do it. Okay. So similarly, In our example also, the same thing. You are you have entered some few characters, and right now in this case it's showing only one option, and directly you are clicking on it. If it is showing more than one option, concept is same. So if it is showing more than one option, first you need to identify this result option. In that result options, whichever the option you want to select, there you have to use different kind of method like nth method. In that nth method, which option you want to select, then you can select it. That is one way. Suppose I want to select based on the text. In that you can filter it. Okay, that one we will see right now. Okay, so go and execute that program. Yeah, any doubts regarding this program? Without such, without such, how to select the options? See here, I'm not giving any text and all, but here it is showing the list of options. In that list of options, whichever the option we want to select, we will select it. So first, what we will do, see, all these are all the list of options. First, we need to identify this list of options box. Right click. Okay. Right click, inspect. Right click and inspect. Okay. Now see, if you observe it, this is UL. UL means under list. LI means list. Under list, each and every option contains the tag name LI. Under UL, these are all the list of options. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to highlight this, the result options. That means I'm going to highlight this options under this dropdown. In that list of options, I'm going to select any one of the options. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm trying to use this ID dollar. Here I'm using it. So here it is ID, right? So I'm using hash symbol. If you are using like this, it is just highlighting this portion. It is highlighting this portion. But now what I want under this, I need to point out the LI. I need to point out the LI. Right now you just highlighted only this portion. Ultimately you are going to select the option. So you have to use LI also. So now in that result, there are totally 11 options are there. In that result, you have totally 11 options. So you are going to choose any one of the option, whatever you like. See, how would you identify? How would you identify? See, this one you can write it in different ways. So first you are writing like this: page dot locator, and then the drop down. This is the result options. In that result option, again you are going to identify the element. Let's say I want to select Japan. So here I'm going to use locator because right now this is the result option. In that result option, I want to select a particular locator. That means particular option. So here I'm trying to use something like this. Li, and then see here, based on the text I'm trying to identify. Let's say here I'm trying to use Japan. Here I'm trying to choose Japan. So first we are identifying the result options. That means list of options. In that list of option, I am trying to select the required option. See, without writing these two lines, you can also write it in the single combination. You can write it in the single combination also. Okay, right. So first you are identifying the result options. That means list of options. In that you are selecting the required option and then dot click. So this is one way. Normal everybody will write like this. There is one more way, page.locator, page.locator. Here you are writing like this. What is this? L. So what it is doing? It is fetching all the list of options. It is fetching all the list of options. Okay. In that list of options, I want to select a particular element based on the text. In the above case also, you have chosen the element based on the text. That is okay. But now here what I'm doing is in this locator, it is giving number of elements. How many elements? 11 elements. In that 11 elements, I want to select based on the text. I want to filter. I want to filter based on the text. So here I am using a method called filter method. So far we did not use. Now I am using a filter method based on the text. So in this filter method, it contains some different kind of attributes like has, has text, has not text. Like that, it contains some different kind of attributes. Like this, it contains some different kind of attributes. Okay, so now according to my requirement, I need to select based on the text. So that's why I'm going to write like this. Has a text is equal to, let's say, I'm giving like Java. Okay, in the locator method, there is another method called filter method. So if the locator contains more than one element, in that element, if you want to filter out, there is a method called filter. And here, how do you want to filter? There is based on the text. So here I am doing it. So this is normally everybody will write like this, but there is another special kind of method called filter method that you can use it. Okay, so directly you are selecting the option based on the text. Okay, so let us see the syntax also. This one, this dot only. here. Okay. Now see, first you are identifying the combo box, that means drop down, and then so this is the first approach. This is the first approach. So first you are identifying the list of options. Inside the list of options, you are identifying the option, whichever you like it. So here, this is CSS. Here I'm using XPath for identifying the element. Okay, right. Now, the second approach. Again, I'm trying to clicking on the combo box. Now here, okay, I don't want to write this locator method. Instead of this, I'm writing li. So here, what I'm doing is I'm trying to use a method called filter method. I'm trying to use a method called filter method. So now see, what is the filter method? See, locator dot filter. Locator dot filter. Now see, this locator method, it returns locator. On this locator, I'm applying a filter method. So inside the filter method, we are providing different kind of options. What are the different kind of options? Has text. That means whichever the text you want to give it, that text, you can give it in the form of string pattern or the regular expression pattern. Suppose if you want to select other than a particular text, you can give like has not text. You can give has not text. So again, this is also accepting string or regular expression. And there is another property called has. It returns locator. Okay. So here inside the filter, you can give like the locator. You can give the locator. That means you can give this page dot locator something like this, or has not other than that locator. So like this, we have different kind of options inside this filter method. Right now, according to my requirement, I'm going to choose this has text. I want to select the option based on the text has text. So here you are providing in the form of string. Okay. So now see, if you say this, since it is options, you need to provide it within the curly braces. All the options and all you are going to provide in the curly braces. Right now, which option you are providing? Has text colon, and here let's say I'm giving something like India. I'm giving something like India. Okay. Right click, terminal. Japan. After 3 seconds, India. Okay. So when you have the list of options, how do you select? You can select based on the text also. So for that, these guys, they provided one method called filter method. So for this locator, if it is matching more than one element, in that, if you want to filter out based on the text, you can use a method called filter. Okay. So this is without search. This is without search. Okay. So let us execute all the scenarios. So totally 8 scenarios are there. They're trying to execute parallelly. Perfect. Okay. So this is about handling dropdown, both static dropdown and dynamic dropdown. Yeah. So any doubts before wind up?
Uh, we can use this filter method in like Google search also, right? So Google search.
Right. Okay. The example, let's say, actually, let's say here, I have given something like playwright. I have given something like playwright. So for this playwright, it is showing like list of options and all. Okay, in that list of options, I want to select based on the whichever the option is showing with playwright MCP, I want to select that option. Yes. First, you are going to identify this result option. In that result option, if you want to filter out based on the text, like whichever it is like playwright MCP, select that particular option. Yes, you can use filter. Try both the
Okay.
combinations. Without filter, you can write, and with filter, you can search it. So using this filter, you can easily filter out the option.
Okay.
Right.
Uh, I just have one more question, like not related to this like example, but I have a real issue in my application. So there is a drop down. So not